This is a great example of what happens when you let morons rely on morons to interfere with the lives of real people. This is the Second District Court of Appeals for Illinois. That's like the western suburbs of Chicago. And this is a claim brought by two healthcare employees at an oral surgery clinic. And they said, hey, we shouldn't be forced to take these shots because Illinois has a statute on the books called the Healthcare Right of Conscience Act. Well, the appellate court knew better than them. They dismissed their case and said, well, there's an exception in that act, and that act removes measures from its protection if they are intended to prevent contraction or transmission of COVID-19. And that's because the shots are meant to protect against transmission or infection. This is from 2022. And what does the court look at as authority for its supposition that people, look at this, the people who wanted to have protection under this act said, the COVID-19 vaccines do not stop people from contracting or transmitting COVID-19. But of course, all the courts, they knew better than these nurses or whatever they were because they told them, we looked at the Merriam-Webster definition, updated 2022, of vaccine, and we also looked at the CDC website, and we came to the conclusion as judges that you got to get these shots or they can fire you because these were intended to stop transmission or infection. Now, how much have we heard that actually, no, they were not intended to stop infection or transmission? They were not intended to prevent contraction or transmission. They were at the speed of science. They didn't have time to test that. These shots are just meant to protect you from severe injury or death. That's what you keep hearing. And people will laugh in your face and say, no one even told you. No one ever said that these were meant to stop transmission or infection. And of course, now we have the huge Cleveland Clinic study where the authors conclude the risk of infection with COVID-19 increased with the time since your most recent infection and with the number of COVID-19 shots you got. So the opposite of what these morons at the court relied on is true. And that's now the conventional wisdom, even by these commies who are on like shot number 6. Nevertheless, these employees got their case dismissed under their Healthcare Right of Conscience Act because the appellate court and the trial court said, these are intended to stop transmission, and so that's why they can make you get it. How to protect yourself and others, Centers for Disease Control. Well, now we know you're not protecting anyone, are you? Not protecting anyone. The theory is you're protecting yourself from severe illness or disease, which would not bring these claims of the healthcare providers outside of the Healthcare Right of Conscience Act. But it's too late now. And either of these people got toasted, lost their jobs, which I hope actually, or the worst alternative, they got all jabbed up. Starting in 2022, can you believe it? I don't really believe anyone ever has done that. I don't think anyone who stayed clean through 2021 and part of 2022, yeah, this came out November 2022. I don't think anyone in November 2022 has ever decided to start getting COVID shots. You tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you're in the audience and you started getting COVID shots in 2022. You saw how it looked and you thought, oh, it's for me. Can't wait to hear from you.